enormous. And I learned from the top leaders of how to deal with some difficult situations, because the projects will always not be smooth. It will be always ups and downs coming up in that.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to FaceTime with Leaders, a podcast series by Directors Institute, World Council of Directors. I am Rajesh Joshi, and today we have the honor of speaking with an accomplished leader in the fabrication and engineering industry. With over 30 years of experience, our guest has led large scale operations, driving strategic growth, and worked with some of the biggest names in the oil and gas sector. Currently serving as the general manager at ELCO International Engineering Company LLC in Oman, his expertise spans from managing complex projects to spearheading international collaborations. It is my absolute pleasure to welcome Mr. Rajiv Bhatt to the podcast. Mr. Rajiv, thank you for joining us today. It is a pleasure to have you with us.
Same here, and I would like to thank you for this opportunity for the podcast. And uh, let's begin. Yeah.
Sure, sure. The pleasure is all ours, sir, and I'm sure this journey is definitely going to be an incredible one. To start with this, you've had an absolutely stunning journey in the fabrication industry spanning over 30 years. From your early days at Larsen and Toubro to leading operations at ELCO International Engineering, you've seen the industry evolve in many ways. Could you take us through the journey so far, starting from the trigger moment that led to developing an interest in this field to some key moments and highlights that kept you motivated to pursue such a dynamic and challenging path?
Yeah, sure. I will take you to the journey. Like my journey started in the 1993,
Uh-huh.
where I passed my engineering, and I joined Larsen and Toubro in Hazira as a trainee engineer,
Okay.
and then the journey began. Uh, we had a lot of hard work which we need to put in, like we have worked for maybe say 72 hours without any rest.
My
uh,
good.
so that kind of things, and we were into the manufacturing of pressure vessels and heat exchangers and all those things.
Mhm.
Uh, thereafter I was having an experience. I was transferred to the projects team, where
Mhm.
we did we I was involved in making of INS Arihant, which is
Okay.
today called INS Arihant. When it was getting manufactured, I was not knowing it was INS Arihant, but
Okay.
it was a complete hull fabrication, and I was the key project engineer who was the link between the Indian Navy and Larsen and Toubro. So I
Okay.
used to coordinate between both the things. That project itself ran for a stretch of 8 years, working on a single project and managing a very, very prestigious client. So that was in L&T, and after the project was almost complete in the completion stage, I got an opportunity to come to Dubai. So I worked in Dubai for 11 years with the companies like Tech International and FERROFAB. FERROFAB is one of the leader, and I worked as a deputy general manager. And we had a lot of experience of various kinds of things.
Mhm.
However,
Mhm.
whatever I learned in L&D was of the top notch, means like technically sound. The technical things I learned from L&D, and when I moved to the Middle East, I got the commercial feel of it.
Okay.
So the techno commercial combinations are maybe found very few in the market, and that was the edge where I really took off. And I worked with FERROFAB, And since last 10 years, I'm working with ELCO International, where it is attached to one of the biggest conglomerates of Oman, that is called the Zubair Corporation.
Mhm.
It's very reputed name. It has around 60 companies under their umbrella, and ELCO International is one of them.
My
So
goodness. Yeah.
yeah, so the Zubair Corporation has, they do starting from oil extraction to real estate and all those things.
Okay.
So there are Elco is one of them, and it was a loss-making company, and I turned it over the years into in a profit-making company. So
Wow.
that is how the journey was so far with on that. And apart from that, I was also given responsibility of making an EPC company. So
Uh-huh.
I head today fabrication as well as EPC, and
Okay.
I take care of that. So we have engineering, procurement, and construction, and that is how my journey has been so far.
Wow, wow, fantastic. I mean, from L&T to actually extending your knowledge and expertise to the Middle East, and not just serving there, but actually growing and contributing to an organization's growth. That itself, these milestones are certainly a testament to your dedication and leadership. Moving forward, Mr. Rajiv, you've had the opportunity to collaborate with some of the biggest names in the oil and gas industry like ADNOC, PDO, Saudi Aramco, and Schlumberger. Working with such giants must have been both challenging and rewarding, I'm sure. Uh,
Yes, yes.
right, so could you share some of the most memorable and rewarding experiences while working with these industry leaders that surely must have helped you shape your approach to leadership and project management over the years?
Sure. Uh, Look, if you are in the UAE,
Mhm.
uh, ADNOC is the one. If you are in a oil and gas industry, ADNOC is the one industry where everybody gets into it. And
Okay.
ADNOC has a very, very professional kind of attitude. The way they give you the projects, the way the things are defined, the way they approve. So basically, I was involved in almost all the oil and gas companies in Middle East. Like ADNOC was the first one where we got all the approvals. We got into the into the chain with them, and the way they execute the projects, it's like enormous. And I learned from the top leaders of how to deal with some difficult situations, because the projects will always not be smooth. It will be always ups and downs coming up in that. So yeah, so I started with ANOC, and then with PDO. Now I'm in Oman, so I work with PDO, and Saudi Aramco, and Schlumberger, and Halliburton, KOC, KNPC. There are so many companies, the professional oil drilling companies. One of the one which I am attached, and the Zubair Corporation has, that is Ara Petroleum. They are also
Mhm.
into taking the oil out of the ground, and I have a pleasure to work, and my boss is the CEO of that company. Yeah, so it has been, the leaders, the way they handle the situations, and basically in a very critical and difficult situation, how they handle it. That is all what I learned from them. And also the project management aspect part means, to
Mhm.
what details should we go, to what details should a top level guy go, to what details should a bottom level guy go. So all those things, it was a wonderful journey to learn from those experiences, that how to run the projects in a right way. There may be delays, maybe sometimes, but how
Right.
to overcome those delays, how to plan better, how to, so all time management and deliveries, they were very important, along with the cost monitoring of the part of it. So I was involved pretty much on all the sides, and that is what, made my journey very interesting in my life.
Right, Mr. Bhatt, what I'm liking about this conversation, I mean, apart from all the accolades that you have won for yourself, what I'm liking from this conversation is that you come across as a person who is not afraid of challenges. I mean, a couple of times you've mentioned, well, everything is not going to go well, so I'm pretty ready for it, and it's absolutely fascinating.
Absolutely.
I believe this is what experiences bring to the fore, and I believe this is what this is the opportunity that millions of professionals would actually give an arm for to to get these kind of learnings and develop this kind of a personal and professional approach to life and challenges in the workplace in general. Uh,
Absolutely.
I mean, it's fascinating to hear how working with such influential industry leaders has shaped your approach. Your experiences highlight the importance of strong partnerships in driving success. Uh, Mr. Rajiv, quality management and operational excellence have clearly been cornerstones of your career, with you spearheading ISO 9001 certifications across multiple organizations. What initially sparked your passion for ensuring such high standards? And how has this commitment shaped the way you approach leadership and project execution throughout your journey?
Yeah, it's a good question. The I started my career with Larsen and Toubro, and there is a saying that whenever a baby is born, it is
Mhm.
up to you how you bring him up.
Right,
Larsen Toubro has the highest standards of quality, and everybody knows that.
right,
And that is all where I learned about the quality, the ERP systems, the how the ERP systems work. And that was the means when I was a child, like when I started my career, I was given those doses. So it inculcated into me, and in whichever organizations I work, I tried to put everywhere the systems first into place, like quality systems and the environmental systems and health and occupation related systems in place, along with the company procedures that we write down all the procedures and we come up with that, and
right.
everybody knows that. So that was the thing, the force which made me drive. And we have continuously served, and we have implemented that in all throughout all the organizations.
Right. I mean, it is no doubt. I mean, an occupational requirement also, if I may say so, considering the industry that you work in, where
Yeah.
safety is paramount. I mean, it is paramount everywhere, but I believe it is more so obvious in the industry that you serve, which I believe. I mean, driving safety and quality standards across the industry, especially in the companies, the organizations that you work must require a very specific leadership qualities, because you got to ensure that everybody is sensitized to the idea of safety, quality, and operational standards. Just
Yeah.
to take an industry perspective, do you believe the fabrication industry, particularly in regions like the Middle East, is doing enough to prioritize ESG? And if yes, if you could highlight some, and if no, what is it that leaders like you should be doing to push for stronger corporate governance and sustainability initiatives?
See, what I feel is that the standards which are there, means there are the good standards are already defined. It is the leader's responsibility to really get into himself first, that I need to do this. So unless a leader gives himself the thing and he drives the organization, this cannot, it may not work effectively. So
Yeah.
it is the leader's responsibility first to understand and have this thought that no, there is no compromise to this. And if the leaders think, and he gives it to the second line and the third line and the fourth line, whatever people are working in the organization, I am sure that this cannot fail. But your focus has to remain that yes, I need to do this and I have to do it. And that is not for me, it's for everybody who is working with you. He has to go home safe, he has to work with a right nice quality. My customers should not complain about any quality, to ensure
Right.
that all the standards, specifications, everything is met. So that is all what I feel should be there.
Absolutely, absolutely right. I mean, it's inspiring to hear such a strong perspective on ESG and governance. And definitely, leaders like you play a crucial role in ensuring the industry is moving towards a more sustainable and accountable future. Great. So, having consistently driven operational excellence and strategic growth, how do you see yourself stepping into a boardroom role where your deep industry knowledge and leadership could influence high level decision making and governance?
Yes, so that is all, I want to use my experience to, and I am very eager to enter a boardroom and to, support an organization or to drive them in the right direction, take right decisions, make right strategies. So that is all what I wish that I do it in future. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm 100% sure, for someone like you who seems to always have a contingency plan A, plan B, and plan C for every single problem that may occur in future, I am
Right.
100% sure that the board is definitely going to need a person like you because it is because there's no point in flying blind. You should always have somebody who is who's there to say, okay, one engine gone, we have this, the second engine gone, we have the second thing. So I believe you definitely come across as a valuable asset to an organization, sir.
Right, right. Thank you so much.
But it's exciting, obviously, to hear your vision for the future, and with your vast experience of boardroom role, seems like a natural next step, where, as I mentioned earlier, you could make an even greater impact. Now, as we come to the end of this conversation, I would love to hear about your experience with Directors Institute. How has your journey with the Institute contributed to your leadership growth and governance skills? So it's a two-part question actually. And what value do you think Directors Institute offers to professionals looking to step into boardroom roles and lead with greater impact?
Yeah. First, I will answer the first part of it.
Yes, please.
Working with the World Director Institute, it has been a great journey. They are very professional, and the way they deal with the people, I absolutely loved it. The second part is that the this journey of learning, I
Mhm.
have gone now into into taking the the most of it I know, but study. Like so, World Direct Industry Institute is just guiding us to what is the right thing for various regions and various places. How it works and what are the rules, what are the regulations. So I think it's very interesting to to learn this things with the institute. It's really nice, and I will recommend. I mean, I have recommended so many people that you should go through this program at least a little bit earlier age than me, but
Okay.
I think they should do when they reach 35 40s. I think they should do this one if they feel that they are the right people to lead the industry.
Wow, wow, that's a fresh perspective, I must say so. You want people to actually take up this part of the upskilling pretty early, maybe in the mid 40s or early 40s for that matter, so that they are pretty much aware of what it actually takes to run an organization and how the decision making process actually goes by, which I believe is definitely going to help them in whatever functions they are in to drive the business forward. That's an incredibly fresh perspective that we have received so far, and it's really wonderful.
Thank you.
Coming to the end of this conversation now, thank you, Mr. Rajiv, for such an insightful and inspiring conversation today. Your experiences in the fabrication industry, combined with your leadership in managing large scale projects, have been truly enlightening. I'm certain that your journey and wisdom will offer invaluable guidance to those looking to make their mark in industries like oil and gas and fabrication. Thank you once again for your time. We at Directors Institute wish you continued success in all your future endeavors.
Thank you very much. Thanks.
Look forward to sharing more inspiring stories and insights from exceptional leaders in our next session. Until then, keep learning, growing, and finding joy in your journey. This is Rajesh Joshi signing off. Thank you.